ஏணிகள் மற்றும் உள்ளாடைகள்.
Visit India's first underwater tunnel aquarium at VGP Marine Kingdom, Chennai.
ஹாய் சார், வணக்கம். எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
வணக்கம் வணக்கம் வணக்கம்.
நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா சார்?
நல்லா இருக்குல்ல.
நல்லா இருக்கீங்க. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் சார் இது கேட்கும் போதே. The action part where Ajit sir got hurt. Yeah, so did you got that what?
I was present that day.
Oh, you were there, is it? Oh, okay.
So definitely my heart was in the mouth. But then to see him get up and walk by, and he was next day on the location at 7 a.m. as usual. I mean, he called for his doctor in the evening, late in the evening. He probably was flown in. He checked him out. He went to the Apollo hospital early in the morning, got his MRI or whatever done. Around 7:30 he was on set.
I thought sir was not.
That's a real hero. That's being a real hero.
Seriously, and we've been known for his determination. The celebration, it's a fest.
Heard putting this Abhishekam is done on the hoardings or the posters of the actors, but for a producer's, and that to producer's car, I was a little flattered also. Okay, maybe I am also a little known out here.
So come on, so you're already a known person, and yes, so talking about that, and yes, Valimai abdin sollumodhe, I think it was an happiness. Everybody was waiting for such moment, the release of the movie and all that.
Even I was waiting.
Oh, is it so? Oh, okay. And after the release, and since you've seen all the craziest part and all this, so what came into your mind? Like, as you said, you didn't expect this could happen, but you had a thought that you wanted to watch the movie in Chennai with the Ajit sir's fans and all this.
I've done that earlier. You see, earlier I've seen Vishwasam with the fans.
Okay.
First day, first show. Then I have seen Nerakonda Parva, my own film, with the fans first day, first show. And this also was, I thought probably the experience would be almost same, but this was far more amplified, far more bigger, and far more exciting. And I could see that even I'm blessed with milk and curds. I thought that was meant only for the stars out here.
Oh, that's a happy thing.
I will carry this happy family all my life.
Wow, so sweet. I think idu vandu fans ku solrar nenikiren sir. Thank you so much. And sir, yes, today being one of the known producers, and so to ask a question to you, the first thing what I would like to ask is comparatively with all your movies you've done so far, how do you compare yourself with the movies which you have done earlier as a producer and to now, sir? Do you think any changes has happened?
There's no change. I was struggling then, I'm struggling now too.
Is it so?
Yeah.
Oh, in what way are you struggling?
Well, to make good films, accepting challenges. And there are different kind of challenges in every production. This time it was, compounded by the COVID. The first lockout, then the second lockdown. Then the release was fixed and shifted because of the third, Omicron. So this is something new which we faced, and I think it was again, it made the job more challenging. It made the entire production team had to go through this, and I'm glad that the entire team took it upon themselves to see that it didn't come in their way of, putting across all what was required, all what the director had visualized, came across. It's thanks to Ajit for his support and standing there, and probably, pushing the unit and encouraging the unit and motivating the unit. And then the director, of course, Vinod. See, had these two pillars of the film not been there motivating the other crew members, everybody would have been, well, of course, we had one or two actors who backed out after shooting for a couple of days, which is understandable. But at the same time, there were not many who did. I mean, there were just two of them. But we went through with the entire film. We shot action also, we shot the song also, we shot with crowd also, we shot with a lot of fighters also, we shot with a lot of dancers also. So all what was imagined, all what was on paper has come on screen. So it's thanks to I feel the enthusiasm of the crew, the dedication of the crew, led by Ajit and Vinod. I was just a bystander watching all what is happening, and I was glad that things were happening. So this was one challenge which, thanks to my crew, that we all got over it.
And so today, when you talk about the content part, content is something which is, I would say, it gives more attraction. But when you talk about the audience part, I think there are few audience watch the movies for the famous stars, or they like the particular stars or whatsoever. Even today it is like that. But nowadays the audience have completely changed. They are more into this content part. They're looking what the film is all about. So when Boney sir started this movie, did you ever thought like you wanted to start, okay, the stunt part is coming, and then there's a bit of emotional into it. So what was your...
Well, I heard the idea, I heard the storyline, I heard what the director's approach was. Then the entire creative control was in the hands of the director, and of course the actor was in sync with the director. The actors were first the main actor, that's Ajit, then the other actors were in sync with the director. So my job was to make sure that things are taken care while the shooting is on, which to the best of my ability we tried to do as a production house.
And everybody, see, we have not seen Vinod ji, but everybody has said like his movie, and he's more particular, he's more conscious of every scene. This is what he wants. So
well, you can say that he's a perfectionist.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the reason probably we got along. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist too. I like my film to be as good as I can help it, and as perfect as I can help it. And so is Ajit. He's also, you see, so this is a good combination. All three are there to make sure the content is accepted, the content is shot the way it should be shot, no compromises. Even during COVID time there were no compromises where action is concerned, no compromises where locations were concerned, no compromises where sets were concerned. In fact, one entire action sequence is in water, where the full stage was full with water. There's one action sequence which is in the go down kind of a thing, where everybody's on scaffolding with a lot of fireworks and all. I mean, the real fire there. Then of course the motorbike stunts throughout the film. We've had some good motorbike stunts. We shot some fabulous sequences on motorbike. Both Ajit and Karthikeyan, we shot part of it in Russia too, with the stuntmen from there. And the bus fight was shot here, mainly on one of the highways in Chennai, which was not being used, and part of it I think was shot in Hyderabad too, but mainly in Chennai.
Yes.
Mainly in Chennai.
So it's few, as you said, sir, the few shots have been taken in Chennai, and
not few, a lot of it.
Exactly, lot of.
And some in Hyderabad.
Yeah, how did that manage? Like, because Ajit sir and there's a lot of bike racers, how these things happen, sir? Like, you should be having a discussion.
That's the challenging part of it, and we accepted the situation as it is, and everybody gave their best.
Okay.
Right from the DOP to the action coordinator to the action director, of course, mainly the main actor, the Ajit, and the director Vinod. So, I mean, Vinod was very clear in his mind what he's got to shoot where action is concerned. He was very clear in his mind how to picturize a particular sequence, be it Chennai, be it the roads, be it the set, be it Hyderabad. So he was very clear.
And so, like, when if it was before the release of the movie, if would have asked a question, say, what is the premise of the film in one line, definitely would have said it's something with love or friendship or action and all sort. But now after the release, when we watch the movie, it's kind of a mixed review from the audience and all this. So how is Boney sir looking at this today now?
See, mixed reviews are good reviews according to me.
Yes.
Because you see, everybody has the right to their opinion, and there will be some people who will like it very much. There will be some people who will think that, everybody comes with their own expectations. But things settle down. And it happens with every movie of a big star, a youth star. There are huge expectations. And at the same time, there are certain elements which are there for every star's film, who are out to see that, let's, post some negative comments too. So that's something which has been happening for a long time, and one has got to accept it. This is something which you can't control. See, people have a lot of time at hand, and social media is free for all to use. All you've got to do is throw all what you can. Sometimes if you accept the good, you've got to accept the bad too. If you accept the positive, you've got to accept the negative too. So you've got to be sporting enough to accept, and at the same time to understand what is right, what is wrong, and just take it with a pinch of salt if it's negative, and if you can correct yourself, correct yourself. So that's my approach, and so far I've sailed through for the past 44 years, In fact, 46 years. I started my career as an assistant editor first, then assistant director, then my independent production was, the first film was launched in 1980, but the project was put up around 79, so it's been some time. I think double your age, if
WH too, I guess. Okay. So when we talk about this, I think this should have been the first
I've
question.
been at it. I've been working since the age of 19, 20 when I was an assistant editor. Then I was assistant director when I was 22, 23. Then I became an independent producer when I was 24.
So what Boney sir's got in his mind? What is next for you? You've got something to do. You know, you have to do this, or what's running in your mind?
I can only do this. Filmmaking is my passion. Yeah. Filmmaking is my business. Filmmaking is my love. A filmmaker who loves his work. And I like to see the creation of different directors. I hear a lot of stories. I see a lot of films. There are so many films. Out of the 50 odd films, I think about 16 or 17 have been been remakes from Malayalam to Hindi, Tamil to Hindi, Telugu to Hindi. That's all I can do, and that's all I'm doing.
I think he's given a clear answer on this.
Where profession is concerned.
Yeah, I do accept it. And so talking about AK sir, that's how he likes to call now. So yes, AK sir to audience. I think though he's done a lot of movies and all this, as you said, his determination, I think today, once the movie is released or the post-productions or whatever comes out, I think the name himself, he stands for his name, I think. So in such a way, like when we connect that to Boney sir now, I think already have done 2 movies and the third one, I think Boney sir always gives a surprise. When one movie is going, you give us a hint of the second one is going to come. And the second one is running up, you give us a hint, the third one is coming. Yes, AK61.
And it would be the fourth
and fifth, yeah. It's I think the team is together for always, that's for sure. So why is it always, and now you've given us a hint of, there's a negative shade or whatever.
I have not given that in.
No, that's
you
what
just presumed.
Yeah, it's our perception too. So I don't know. So what's it, sir? What about the next one?
Well, this time you'll have to wait and watch.
This I didn't expect. We expect little more from you because I do accept till the movie is out. But AK61 people's expectation is more now. Again, the same team, and again Boney sir is into it. Vinodji is into it. So
you'll have to be patient. Even the viewers will have to be patient.
Any small clue, sir? No. Something you should have
It's a film which will be exciting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It would be adventurous and easily identifiable too.
This much I think for the audience, something I've done my part, I guess, today. So you've seen that after the release of the movie, so Tamil audience soda and the Ninga Sonna Madri, that Abhishekam and all this. So what would you like to tell the Tamil audience out in one word?
Well, I love them, and I like the way they are passionate about their heroes, and they're passionate about movies. And imagine coming in the morning at 4 to see a film. In fact, people must have gathered there from midnight, maybe even earlier. And I've seen even, the earlier 2 films I'd seen at the 1 AM show. And then the 4 AM show also, crowd is there. So this is something which I've not seen it in, once I had heard, my film Mr. India had round the clock shows. But other than that, I've not really heard about it or seen it in this thing. There may have been 1 or 2 stray cases. But here it is the third film of Ajit back to back that this is what has happened and this is what I got to see.
And I think one more AK61 is also waiting.
Yes.
This journey with Ajit sir, like, as you said, it's on and on. So what would you like to phrase your journey with Ajit sir? The bond with you and
A lot of warmth, exciting, adventurous, and both are equally committed.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And all the best. See the film and send all the comments what you can to me or to Behindwoods or in Bushes too.
Kibs, lungies மற்றும் உள்ளாடைகள்.
Visit India's first underwater tunnel aquarium at VGP Marine Kingdom, Chennai.